So, hi all, very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Today, in this webinar, we are going to discuss a very interesting product from QuizCom, and this is known as List Aggregator app. And this is a Office 365 SharePoint Online app, which is based on SPFX or our SharePoint framework. So this is the agenda. Today we'll see what is this list aggregator web part and how we can display data from single site collection, from multiple site collections, from subsites or from a particular site collection. And also I will show you how we can see various customizations or various properties which are available on this particular list aggregator app. And then we will see also how we can search inside that, how we can do some conditional formatting, paging, tabs, group by, a lot of things are there in that list aggregator app. So we will discuss thoroughly on those things. And so before going to this list aggregator web part, let me just show you where you can get it. So this you can easily get it from the official site from QuizCom. You can see here, and this is what is the list aggregator web part where we are discussing. And it is very simple to try it. So you can just download this. There is a zip file which you can just download and you can upload it to the app catalog site. And the steps are also mentioned here, and then you will be able to use it. So if you want to try it out, then this best thing that you can go and try this out also. But now let's come back and we will see what is this web part exactly. So this is a, as I said, this is an app for SharePoint Online based on the SPFX framework. So if you are using modern SharePoint sites, then this is the right web part which you can use to display data from multiple lists or libraries. And also we can display or we can get the data from SharePoint sites and subset. Um, We'll get a lot of time we will get a requirement saying can we display the data from a subsite into a site collection or our parent site or our main site, and also can we aggregate to a list and then I want to display in one list. We also get some kind of requirements if you have multiple list or if you have list in different site collections. Is there a way that we can show it here? And in modern we have a various coding things are there which we can use. You can use various content sorts of part also you can use, but there we require a lot of developer knowledge, and this tool you can just easily use and you can display your data with very less time, and you do not require any kind of developer knowledge. And as you know, in modern SharePoint framework, our SPFX is very important that you require a pure developer knowledge, and it requires a lot of different things also, not like classic SharePoint stuff. That means you will have to spend enough time, and obviously money will be there associated with that, and then we can display something. But I will show you this how we can use this list aggregator web part without any developer knowledge, and how we can aggregate data or how we can display data or how we can bring data from multiple site collections or sites. So we this is just high level. You can see the diagram and you will be able to understand. Not only just we are displaying, we have paging, we have search, we have export to Excel, delete, this kind of things are there. And here you can see there is an accordion view also. We can display data in accordions. So a lot of things are there on this. To just to give you an introduction again to this one list aggregator web part, it supports various data sources. For example, not only that you can retrieve from one site collection or from under that subsite, you can also retrieve from multiple site collections as well and sites as well. Obviously, we can display data from Excel, from SharePoint search, from Graph API. Lot of things are there, lot of data sources are there. I will show you also what are the available data sources, but we will use SharePoint list aggregator data source on this particular webinar. And also I will show you how we can or how we will see not only just to display data, we can have a global menus, or we can have also item level menus. Let's say we will see how we can just edit an item by just clicking on that, and if you want to send email, that also you will be able to add it. So that kind of things also you can add over there. And then we can filter list item, very important. If you have obviously if you are trying to retrieve items from multiple list, then we can have various the data will be huge, and this filter things will be very much helpful for us. Filter or search things will be very much helpful. And then I will also show you conditional formatting. If you are doing any kind of business information we are maintaining in list, then this will be very much helpful in the graphical interface. Let's say in the background color, you will be able to know your important stuff, or you can categorize things from your SharePoint list. And then also I will show you how we can show the buttons, how we can configure, or how we can display the data. Those things also we will be able to see in this particular things. So this is just a sample that data I am showing you from a particular list in a site collection. Also similarly, if you'll see, there are here we are displaying from multiple lists, and if you'll see here, we are displaying again from various multiple list also on this for a particular site and subsite. So without further any delay, let me just open on the SharePoint site. This is a modern it's a site page. Obviously it's a modern layout, you can see here. And I have a site. This is the site, and it has, you can see here, it has a task list, it has a hardware sales order list, it has one list which is known as sales. So this list are there. So let us first see how we can display the data from this particular list in this by using our list aggregator web part. So once you add your app over there in this site, so obviously you have to go to add an app, and then you will be able to add the list aggregator web part. And once this list or this web part you have added, then you will be able to add it from this add web part, how we usually add a web part in the modern page. So let me just edit this page. You can see here I just edited this page, and here we can add the web part. So you can see here I click on this, and here if you'll see, there is list aggregator web part is there. This is the list aggregator web part. You can see this one. Click on this, and once you click on this, by default it will show you a couple of products also on this. This is come only on a particular suite. So you can have data view plus, list view plus, and you can see here this is the list aggregator web part is there. Apart from that, other cool products are there also: picture gallery, organization chart, calendar plus. So all are SPFX based. So these are very cool products. Now for this we will use this list aggregator web part. Now click on this edit web part, and you can see here, as I told you before, that it will ask us various data sources. So you can see here there is Excel, Graph API, SharePoint list aggregator, search. So this kind of things are there. So we will use SharePoint list aggregator. You can see this one, and then you can see here current site URL. And what we will do now is we will select a list which is known as the sales. And apart from that, also you'll be able to select the view. So here we are taking the default view. I will also show this other view how it is appearing, but we will take the default view. And you can also set the number of items and maximum number of items per list, how much you want to retrieve. So that you will be able to show it here. And also there is a link which you can provide for the new item URL. If you will not provide, then by default it will take the new item URL over there. And now what we have to do is we have to create one aggregation scope. So click on that, and if you'll see here now, this is the scope. So you can give any name for that. You can give a friendly name. So I will say, let's say sales scope. And now if I will just select this entire site collection, then it will show me the data from the entire site collection. Let me just select this and I will just enable this. Let me enable like this. And the moment I enabled, you can see here in the background, you will be able to see the data over there. So I'll just click outside and you can see here, this is the aggregation scope chart we have added. And also, if you want to do this persistent cache, you can select the number of hours that you want to keep it. So you can 9 hours, 10 hours you can keep, or also you can say that no need, no cache also. So you can select that option. Now, if you'll see here, this is showing the data from the whole site collection. Let me just publish it and I will show you that. So once I publish this, you can see here, this is showing the data and it is taking the columns from the first list that we have created. But after that, if you'll see here, there are a lot of columns are there. Sorry, a lot of rows are there from various lists and libraries for the entire site collection, because we didn't filter anything here. I will show you how we can filter it, but till now we have not set any filter. That's the reason it is displaying all the items from our entire site collection. Now let me edit it and we will try to add some filter on that particular data source. So let me edit this normal how we usually edit. So we can do that. And now we have to edit in the scope. So click over there. And now if you'll see here, it is the current site. And if you want to give a pattern here, you can use this list pattern. For example, here, let's say I want to display the data from the particular site. So instead of the entire site collection, I will say specific site. And you can see here, I will say current site. The moment I select current site, you can see here, the item count now is 39. That means it has it has not picked the data from other site collections, sorry, other sites. So it is taking from the current site. You can see here, these things are taking from this particular current site. Now let me further we will do this. So what I will do here is, so from the current site or from this site, let's take a pattern on which pattern we want to retrieve the record. How we can decide this pattern is based on your title of that particular list. For example, here I have hardware sales and I have sales. So if I want to display the data from both this list, then I can make a pattern over there. That means if I'll put sales, then the sales word is present in both this list title, so it will not pick the team task or any other task. So let me just go here, and in the pattern, if you'll see here, list title pattern. So I will put let's say sales. Now if you'll see here, now I put sales. Now what it will do is it will retrieve data from only from this sales wherever it is there. So it will not pick the other items. Now if you'll see here, now it is changed to 20 items. And let me just publish and show you. If you'll see now, it picked the data from this two list, which is sales is there. Let me show you the data. So this is my sales and this is the hardware sales. So this is the list which is sales list. You can see these are the items over 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, and this is my sales data. And the other one is the hardware sales. If you'll see here, there is laptop, desktop, headphone, speaker is there. Now if you'll see here, this is laptop, desktop, headphone, speaker, and you can see other records are there. If you'll go next, you can see all other records are there. So you can see total 20 items are there now. Next, what we can do here is I will show you how we can display the data from a view, particularly from the view. So if you'll see here now, I will select the view and I will say sales by order. So if I'll select this, now what will happen is you can see here only in 11 items are there. Let me just republish it and I will show you now. Since I have only 11 record which is satisfying that particular view or which is presented in that particular view. Now if you'll see here, this sales data, or this is my sales data, it has a view. If you'll see here, I will go here, sales by order, and it has just 11 records on that. But in my hardware list, there is no view called as sales by order. So that's the reason it is not picking up any data from here. That means if you want to display data from multiple lists but based on certain views, then you can also do that, and it will be able to filter the data. You can see here like this. So this is about we are retrieving from a single list, but what we are doing here is we are retrieving from a particular site collection. Now let me show you that this is my site collection. This is a TS Info Technology site collection, and I have another site collection which is known as the SharePoint Sky. And if I'll go to site content, there is one list which is this list. You can see here the task list is this one is the task list. So what we will do here is I will go here, I will edit this page, and let me edit this web part. So our web part. Now we will delete this one first of all because we don't need that sales data. And this time what we want is we want the data from, let's say, team task. You can see here this is the team task, and we want the data to show from that particular team task. Now we will take the default view 100 items. That is fine. Now I will create the add aggregation scope, and this time instead of the entire site collection, I can give a specific list. So you can see here, if I'm providing a specific list, then it is asking by default, if you will not provide any site URL, then it will take from this particular current site. But we have a site URL. Let me just select this. I will go and put my site collection URL, which is a different site collection altogether. And now the moment I put it, you can see here it is showing me all the list which are available, and there is a SharePoint Sky task list is there. And not only the one list, you can also select multiple lists. So not only the just one list, you can select multiple. That means you can, from there only you can select multiple lists. I will enable now. So once I enable now, you can see here, you have to enable it. So then only the scope will appear. You can see here now, the task is showing from these two lists, which are two different, presented in two different site collections. So the SP Sky task one, you can see here, these are the things which are taking from my SharePoint Sky. This is a different altogether, a different you can see here this is a different site collection altogether, and this is the other data. If you'll see here, it is taking from this particular site. So next what we will do is I will show you how we can display the data from multiple sites, and we will do some customization on that as well. So for this, what we will do here is I will go and edit this page. So let me edit this page, and we will take the task, not this task list. What I will take is this sales list. And now what I will do is in this scope, we are going to take the data from subsite. So if you'll see here, specific site and subsite, so you can we can give a site URL here. So let me remove this. So it will take the current site if you will not put this. And now what we will do here is, so if I'll show you the subsite. So let me go to the subsite. So in this subsite, if you'll see here, this is my subsite. So in this sales subsite, if you'll see here, there is one more list available. Go to site content. So you can see here there is a data or a list which is having your software cells. So if you'll see here, there is software cells is there. So this is the site. So what we will do here is we can we can take this particular subsite. So I will put sales. So you can see here, so you can put like this, and at the same time, if you, let's say you have multiple subsite and you want to take from particular subsite, then you can have this pattern like this. So whatever the patterns that we created here, we can have this pattern on the same way. So not only from the list level, you can also have this site level pattern matching, so that you can filter the site, or you can select the site which you want to take. So apart from that, also you can take the list types. So let's say I want only the custom list, so it will take only the custom list from there. And multiple list, if you want, you can take it, but that is also available on the list type, so you can take that. Apart from that, also you can select the content type. So whatever the content type are there, you can also take the content type from that, and it here also you can select multiple from there. So this is how you can see here. Now let us just close this, so you can see here now. And also you can make an aggregation, add aggregation scope also. Let's say now here there are 25 items are there, because it is taking from two lists. One is from my parent list. This is the parent list, which is the sales list, and other item it is taking from the subsite, which is this software sales. This is available under this sales subsite. But let me just show you, you can also add more aggregation scope. Let me just click on this. Now what I will do here is I will give let's say new scope 1, and I will take a particular site or a particular list. So the scope also we can take it. For example, on this particular subsite, this is my subsite. Let me just go back to the site content. I will show you there is one more also list available on my subsite, which is known as the product sale. So that means if I will copy this and let me put it here. So the moment I put it here, it will show me the list what are available. And if you'll see here, there is the list name is product sale. So I can select this product sale. The moment I select this product cell, now this I just have to enable it, and now you can see here there are 42 items there. Previously it was 25, because it pick the data from this particular whatever the condition it is satisfying on the scope 1. So from here it pick two list which is having sales title pattern, and also it take another list which we have taken from this particular URL, so particular list. So that way what we this way we will be able to also aggregate data from multiple lists. So next what I will, so this is how my data looks like now. You can see here, this is how the data looks like. Now what I'll do is I will show some of the customizations that we can do over here in this particular list aggregator web part. First thing it is, you can see here it is showing the 42 items, and then you can see here there is a checkbox, and it is here you can select all or you can deselect all, and similarly you can use this export to CSV. And you can see here there is deleted, you can select one item and then you can delete from here. So this button will be enabled after that. So this is known as this command or the menu bar. So we can customize that as well. Apart from that, if you'll see here, we have paging. Here we have a URL which will add the new item. So if I'll click on that, it will open this new item. But remember, it will open the main site whichever we are displaying, or that or wherever our list aggregator web part is. But if you will provide the link URL or new item URL, then it will open that URL. Similarly, we will see how we can see some of the customization like group by tabs, those things. But let me show you one more thing on paging also. Here you can select the number of items you want to show. So suppose you want to show 50. So you can see here the moment I select 50, now it is showing me 50 records, and you will not see the paging stuff because it is not it is the records totally we have 42 items, so it will not display the paging unless and until it is really required, and we can do that configuration also. Let me just edit this page, and if I'll show here, let me edit, and this is the menu bar that we are talking about, and this is the settings that you can do or you can configure, you can do. So apart from that also, let me just click on this. So if you'll see now here, this is the settings page where we can do some kind of settings, and you can see here now these are the three triple icons are there. You can see here the select and then export and then delete also. We will be able to do that. And if you'll click on add new item, you can see here this is one item has been added, and you can click on this, and this is where you can add some of the actions that are available. For example, if you'll go here, you can add a add edit item in pop-up, call phone. So these are the default icons that you can add. For example, I will say this, and you can see here it is make sure that you have this column things are available. If it is not available, then this is simply a JavaScript code which you can also write by yourself, and these are the a few of the parameters that they some information they really these are very much helpful which you can use. For example, there is an item parameter which you can use, and this is the current item context. That's the reason you can see here I can retrieve like item.title, item.id like this, and rest is just a JavaScript code. So we can use that kind of things over here, and similarly you can set an icon for that. So if I'll click on this, you can see here these are the icons. I will select a particular icon. Now you can see here this icon is appearing, and this is how it is. We will be able to add it, and let me just close it here, and we can also change it. So this is a text, normal text. I will say edit item or something like that we can do. So now you can see here it is appearing. So if I'll just come click outside, you can see here now it will change to edit item. And here you can see there is also a new item. Let me just show you down. If you'll see there is a new item is there. Here also we will be able to add links over there. So let me just click on this configure, and down you can see here just click on this, and same way we will be able to add various actions on that. So if you want to call a phone, you can just select this, and it's a JavaScript code. You can also add easily, you can add your own JavaScript code, and then you will be able to add it here. So this is how we can customize this. Next, I will show you how this paging things works here. So if you'll see here, this is the paging bar over here, and here you can see configure control. If you'll click on that, then you will be able to see the control here, paging related stuff. And this is what here also you can change this filtering. I will show you that, but let's just focus on paging. Suppose I want 10 records, so you can select this, you can increase or decrease that thing you can do, and then these are the various paging options. So first, next, first, last, next, previous, page numbers, and down if you'll see here there is a show paging above content. So if I'll on this, you'll be able to see here above you can see the paging as well. So this way you will be able to implement a very beautiful paging on that also, where you can have paging buttons at the top and as well as in the bottom button over here also. Next, what we will see is I will show you how we can use a different view. A lot of time what happened is, let's say you are watching this in a, or you are seeing this in a mobile devices, you can use this list view. So if I'll just select list view, now you'll be able to see here how this data is appearing. You can see here, this is how the data is appearing, and this is purely responsive, so it will be coming correctly on your mobile devices also. Now on the list also, if you'll click on that, you will be having various settings are there. For example, one setting, if I'll show you, now on the item click, it is saying select item, so you can select other options also. Suppose I will select view item. Now let me just publish it. I will show you what exactly happening on that. So now on this, if I will select a particular item, you can see here now it is displaying this the item in the view mode. So that option will help us to select, I mean, what will happen if you click on a particular item. So let me go back here and you can select this. So let it just be select, you can do that. And apart from that also, by default, if you'll see, these are the icons which are available. uh, this is these are the icons which you can send email, you can view the item properties, you can open the item in a new window, you can edit it. Let me just publish it once and let me show you. Now suppose, if you'll see here, click on this icon, it will display over there, you don't need to navigate anywhere. Similarly, if you'll send email, it will send the email. uh, it will open the item in a new window, you can see here it opened in a new window. Same way, you can also add, or you can configure, or you can change this item, I mean, this item menus over there. So how we can do this is, let me just edit it. We will go to, can go to this list. I'll go to the table view, and now if you'll see here, I will go to the settings. Here if you'll see, these are the items. Okay, by default these are the items are there. So let me just modify one. So now if you'll see here, this is the edit icon, last one whatever we modified. So let me just delete this, and I will say view map, and we can add one map over there. For example, let's say show city in maps. So if you'll see here, it should have a city column. Else if you don't have a city column, you can change it according to your column, but there should be a location column basically which will have your cities, then only it will show you that. And also you can change it. So suppose you can search for icons also. I will search for map, let's say I can select this. Now let me just select again. Let me just select. So now you can see here the map icon is there. Now let me close it. So I'll just click outside. The moment you will do that, we will be able to see that the map is coming over there. And if you'll see here, there is a city column. You can see here, this is the city column. So if I'll click on this map, you'll be able to see the Newark city on the map itself. So similarly, if I'll say, let's say here is this one. So I'll click on this. You can see here one map is coming over here. So this way we can also customize from this menus, whatever are there, and this way we can add this quick buttons where for which will be for the particular item label. So wherever city is not there, it will not come. If city is there, then it will come over there. Now let me show you some other things on this customization, whatever we can do. You can see here, if I'll click on this, there is also filter is there. So if I'll click on this filter, the moment I click on filter, you can see here there is filter search is coming over here. Now, when we can easily add or configure search here. There are a couple of ways we can do that. One thing is the settings that we saw. I can go here settings, and here I will be able to add the columns on this. So what are the basically the column I want to search, I can add it. But without doing that, what we can do also is I can just drag it and put it here. So once you drag it here, you can see here it is coming like this. Similarly, let's say I will put a customer over here. That means I can search now based on city, based on customer. And the good thing is that if I'll click on save, you can see here I will be able to save the filter by for everyone or only for me. So if I'll click on for everyone, now I'll publish it. Anyone will open this particular page, they will be able to search based on this criteria also. The moment I will type something, let's say New York, you can see here it is coming. If I'll search based on TS info, you can see here it is not coming because we have this location is selected. So I will say TS info, you can see here, you will be able to see. And so this is very much helpful when you have large number of data and you really don't need to navigate from page by page. You can just search over there, and you can this way we'll be able to add the search functionality over here. So that thing also, same thing we will be able to do from this particular configure our bugs. From there we can do. So free text filter, you can disable this options whatever is there, allow user to save the default filter. If you'll say no, then this save button will not come, but if it is there it will come. And this is actually the columns which you can add into the filter. Let's say I will say now based on build date. So now you will see here there will be one build date will be added, and here the build date also is there, search which you can do based on build date also. And easily you can you can just click on this, and you can go to the, you can also reorder that. So this is how we can also, you can have this text that you can also change it. So this will be helpful for to give a meaningful message over there, so people will be able to know based on what we are searching. And so this is how we can use this search. Let me just show you one more thing, how we can use the group by settings. And there we will be able to see various options that we can have in the group by as well. So I will click on this menu bar, and we can set here groups. So once I click on groups, you can see here now it is coming like this. You have because we have not selected anything over there now. And what we can do here is same way we can also group by using a column. So if I will just drag this column here, now what will happen is it will do group by based on that column whatever we drag and drop it here. Let it just, so you can see here now it is coming up. So if you'll see now, by default this first one is the non, where there is no cities there. But apart from that, let me just publish it once. So now you can see here in the you can see, let it go down. Now you can see here in the city. So there is Houston, there is Los Angeles, New York. So based on city it group by. And the good thing is that everywhere you can search also. So the search will work for all these records whatever are there. Now we have only 3-4 records, but maybe you will be having thousands of records on the groups, and the search will be also helpful in that scenarios. And one thing I will tell you on this is, if you'll see here by default it is everything is just open and we are able to see this, but we can also change these things. For example, if I will just edit it, let me just edit it, and if I will go down here, so it's just loading the content. So now we will be able to see this. I will show you how we can have kind of an accordion view, so that it not necessarily that all those options will be by default opened. What we can do is we can make it kind of an accordion. So let me just click on this group settings. So this is the settings icon. Now if we'll go down, you can see here the group behavior, and you can see here you can have accordion view and it will just expand one, or you can have a collapsed view as well. So if I'll say accordion view, now if you'll see here all this, it will change accordingly, so that it will only one will be in expanded mode, other will not be in expanded mode. And also you can have a fixed group height. If you want, you can have that fixed group height also. So let me just close this. So now we can see here, let me just come little bit down. We will be able to see that all these things are just in collapsed mode. Only one is in this one. So next what I will do is, let me just delete this group one. Now we will see a very important feature here, how we can display in tabs also. So we can also show in tabs. So I will let me go here and I will select these tabs. And when I will select this tab, now we can display the items in a tabs view. So let it just load. You can see here now, this is how the data is coming. What we can do is, we don't have any kind of tab over here. So you can see here. Now what we will do now is, I can let it just expand once. We can similarly, the same way how we were adding the columns, we can also, for the tabs, I can drag and put it here. You can see here. So if I'll click on that, I will we will be able to see it. Let me just delete this. I will add. So with the group by, we can do this tab thing also. Let me just refresh on this page. So now what we will do is, we'll same way we will edit the page, and we can change it. So I will just click on this edit mode. So you can now see here. So if since there is no more are there, so it is coming as none. I will do like this. Once I put this city, you can see now here everything is coming on tabs. So I will click on this Los Angeles. I'll be able to see only one record. Select this. I'll be able to see two records on that. So similarly for Houston, you can see here four records are there. That means whatever the city or something you are putting, you will be able to see this way, like this. So this will be very much helpful when you have let's say you have status where you want to display in status like completed, in progress, or something like that. Then you can display in tab view. So this is very much helpful on this one. Now final, we will see one more thing which is related to a very good functionality, the filtering that we can do. And apart from that, we can do the conditional formatting. So till now we saw how we can display these things, but let's just see how we can do some conditional filtering on that, and how it will be easier for us to do that. So let me just edit this page again. Now I will delete this. I have a task list, so which has some task over there. So I will delete this web part altogether. Let's delete this. I will click here. I will add one more list aggregator web part here. And now what we will do is, I will take this task list. So I will come from this particular SharePoint list aggregator, and we will take the, here it is, task list, and default view. So I will add the aggregation scope here, and I will say entire site collection, let it be, and I will select here list type, so we will take the task list. So it will now pull only the task data. So I can enable it. Now you can see here this many tasks over there in this particular site collection. So it might be from different site collections also. Now what we will do here is we will see how we can do some conditional formatting on this. So if you'll click on this menu where there is conditional formatting, so you'll click on this, and what we can do this conditional formatting is we can configure certain rules on that, and then we can also decide what color we want on this. For example, let's say I will click on this add, and here we can have the color. For example, now if I'll click on this, let's say I will give the background color as let's say I will take this yellow, and you can see here now everything is coming yellow. All my bugs becomes yellow because we didn't put a condition over there. Now if you click on this condition, click on new, and now you will be able to put the condition over there. For example, here I will say where task status is equal to in progress, and I will say apply. So now you can see here it is showing me only the whole record as this in progress, and it is showing only one record because this is what the task status is. For example, whichever is not started, we want to show something. I will click on I will add another rule, and this time I will have this background color as let's say red. But what I will do is I will put the condition, and this is one more thing also in the formatting. You can see here it is saying entire item, or we can also select a particular column which you want the background color. For example, I will say task status. That means you can see here this one, and I will put the condition. So here I will say task status which is not started. Apply. Now you can see here only these items which are coming, only that column only is it is coming background. I will show one more thing here. Suppose I will select, these are three options are there. One is select, highlight, and new. So if I'll click on this, if I'll enable this option, you can see here there is an icon is coming here. So you'll be able to know that there is a new record. Similarly, if you want to highlight, you can see here it is showing a highlighted symbol over there. And also if I will say select, you can see here those are will be by default selected also. So that options we can enable here. Now let me add one more rule where we can see, let's say which is completed, and we want to highlight the person who complete this, so we can have that background color also. So I will say assign to, we can take this assign to, and in the condition I will say when task status is equal to completed. So you can see here, and now if you'll see I can have a background color. Let's say we will put this background color as green. Now you can see here this color will, oops, I think I didn't save this condition, so let's complete it. I will say apply. So once you click on apply, now you can see here only that is highlighted. So you can see with few clicks only how we can have this conditional formatting, and we can easily figure out the records which are according to just the graphical color combination. We will be able to see which are completed, which are not started, which are progress, and it will be for all this all records also on this, even if you have paging. So you can see that, and also you can filter the records based on this icon. So not only just you can display whole item, I can also filter based on this particular color. So if I'll click on that, then it will display me those colors only. So this way also we will be able to filter. We can also filter based on the condition, according to the color, according to the logic that we have implemented here, according to the conditions whatever we have put it here. So this is how we can use this list aggregator web part, and I'm sure you must have been see how it is easier for us to do this kind of customizations, this kind of we can implement the tabs, groups, condition formatting, and we can display from various sites, subsite from multiple lists. We can have select list based on certain criteria. All these things we can do. So this is how we can use list aggregator web part. You can have a try, and you can try out the features. This is really very cool web part on SPFX.